In North Carolina, for the first time ever, there's an unaffiliated candidate in a race for Congress.
And I love these ladies till the day I die. I'm really proud of what we accomplished.
It doesn't take long to learn one important trait about Shelane Etchison.
I decided to just jump right in.
She's not afraid to make some history, whether it's the military.
It was not fair, and I actually thought that was pretty un-American.
Or her education.
I couldn't have told you where Harvard was on the map.
And now perhaps her most unique challenge yet, politics.
We're going to the voting booth, voting for the lesser of the two evils.
But can she win? On a Moore County country road painted with horse farms, an example you never know what stories your neighbor holds until you ask. This story starts at a high school in Florida.
No, I don't come from a military family.
And may God bless America.
After 9/11, Shelane Etchison was inspired to join ROTC.
Your junior year, you can't be in ROTC unless you commit to actually being in the military for, it was a minimum of 4 years at the time.
She joined the Army, but quickly learned not all things were equal.
There was still very much the women in combat band, so kind of institutionally that says in a way that maybe you're a second-class service member. So I don't want to...
Did that make you mad?
It did. On principle, it was not fair, and I actually thought that was pretty un-American.
But soon she made history as a member of a new cultural support team program at then Fort Bragg, putting women on the front lines.
But culturally in Afghanistan, these male soldiers could not engage with the women population, the female population on these targets. So in theory, they were leaving tons of potential intelligence just untapped. There certainly was resistance. A lot of that started to dissipate with time, and I'm so proud to say that there were actually, Army Rangers that at first were not thrilled about, me being there, that have since turned into, lifelong friends.
In 2013, the Pentagon completely lifted the combat ban, although it was not implemented until 2016. Some paying the ultimate sacrifice.
2 months into our deployment, she and 2 other Rangers were killed.
Within a few years, Etchison decided to leave the military after 11 years and tackle a new life challenge, again jumping in with no fear.
I'm not afraid of failure. I'm not afraid of being embarrassed. So I thought, when it's time to get out. I'd like to go to school. I'd like to go to business school. Why not? I'll apply to the best one. I'll apply to Harvard Business School.
You can see where this is going. She got in. After 2 master's degrees there in 2022, she moved to Moore County, now feeling the urge to serve again in a much different arena, making history once again.
My name is Shelane Etchison, and I'm a proud Army combat veteran.
In March, Etchison publicly announced she was running for office.
Now I'm running for Congress in North Carolina's 9th District as an independent.
As an independent, as a first-time candidate for a seat in Congress.
I could justify all the reasons why not this year, I should take this job first, do this first, make these connections. Well, what the heck? I don't think we have the luxury of time. And so, I decided to just jump right in. And sadly, we're going to the voting booth, voting for the lesser of the two evils. I want to go to the voting booth and enthusiastically vote for someone who inspires me. We need more of that. We really, really do.
Roughly 37% of registered voters in North Carolina are unaffiliated, 32% Democrats, and 30% Republicans. But an independent has never been on a congressional ballot. Typically, candidates outside of the 2 major parties rarely compete in any race, not to mention the challenge of getting on the ballot in the first place.
So here's the Southern Pines post office.
She spent months walking the district, asking for signatures before a March 5th deadline.
It's 1.5% of registered voters in the district. That's what you needed to get on the ballot for Congress. January 1st had come and gone, and that's when they said, okay, based off the voter rolls and everything, 1.5% is going to come to 7,460 signatures.
But she collected nearly 13,000 to make up for invalid names, people signing who live outside the district, and so on. She technically was not approved as a candidate until May, some 2 months after the state's primary. Etchison faces an uphill battle. Despite the large number of unaffiliated voters, most unaffiliated voters still lean and vote left or right. On top of that, the 9th District was drawn by the legislature for a Republican to win. And that Republican, Richard Hudson, one of the top-ranking Republican House members and an ally of Donald Trump.
Together with President Trump, we're going to grow this House majority and then together we're going to fix the mess created by Joe Biden.
So I think there's something in people's hearts, they're feeling like they don't really belong in one of the two parties, but the system that we've had has been in place for so long that I think it's going to take some time for more people, more candidates like me to step up and actually be a true unaffiliated option.
You're running to win, though.
Oh, of course I'm running to win. Of course I'm running to win. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So, you know, this is a long shot. I really had just very beautiful conversations with a lot of people.
While Etchison lost time and money tracking down thousands of signatures, she wouldn't trade it for the world.
I was really touched by a lot of the young people that know that things are broken. They want to feel like their future is going to be better for them.
In fact, Etchison wonders if all candidates, regardless of party, should face a petition requirement.
I think that's good because you get that community buy-in. And it was so good for me and my team to be able going out, talking to people, getting their signatures, hearing what they have to say. And it's engagement.
Changing historical patterns is hard, but then again, Shelane Etchison knows a thing or two about making history. All right, folks.